everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm in Ambleside in the Lake District in the north of England, and I've come to a very special restaurant, Zeffirellis. This is one of the biggest vegetarian restaurants, not just in the UK, I think it possibly could be one of the biggest vegetarian restaurants in the world. It can seat over 200 people downstairs here, and we'll have a look at the restaurant in a minute. You can seat around 170 people, and then they've also got an upstairs piece where they have live jazz music at the weekends, which can seat another 70. So 240 covers. Is that the biggest vegetarian restaurant in the world? I think there's a good chance it might be. And this place isn't new. It's been open for 45 years. And bizarrely, it was opened by a guy who was a butcher. So a butcher decided that he was going to open a vegetarian-only restaurant. And I think a restaurant that opened 45 years ago that was vegetarian only was probably groundbreaking, because today we've got lots of vegetarian and vegan restaurants, but back in the 1980s, I don't think there were that many. So I'm here tonight to check out what it is like to have a full vegetarian meal. So why don't you join me? Let's see what the starters, main course and desserts are like, and then I'll give it my usual rating out of 10. So let's go and have a look at what this restaurant's like. So let's have a look at the menu. This is Zeffirellis. It's been operating since 1980. This isn't the menu, it's just a little brochure. And interestingly, this place actually has a cinema on site. And you can get a special deal where you can get 2 courses and a reserved cinema seat for £31.75. There's a picture of the cinema itself. It's just upstairs. The entrance is around the front. Let's have a look at the menu. And first thing to note about this menu is it's absolutely huge. There are so many different things on it. So we've got the antipasta, some extras. Then we've got the vegetarian main courses here, which are all priced at £16.50 or £18.75 for the specials. Now, I just asked the waiter what the most popular dish is, and he said it is the chef special pecan and cashew nut Wellington, which comes in at £18.75, so I'm going to go for that for sure. So the food has now arrived, and we've got, this is my starter, so I've ordered grilled pears with goat's cheese, and it looks amazing. There's actually a lot of food here for a starter. They've given me 4 pieces of pear, lots of different goat cheese. I've also ordered some garlic bread, because the cameraman wanted some garlic bread. This does look really good. You can see that it's very thin, really interesting. Quite crispy. Very flavoursome. A bit more crunchy than normal garlic bread, a bit thinner. Tasty though. Anyway, let's get stuck into my actual starter. So this pear and goat's cheese salad. There's a lot of goat's cheese here. It's just that is absolutely delicious. Let me just have a little bit more of that. These pears, really soft, succulent, got sort of caramelisation on the outside, so they're very sweet. It goes really well with the goat's cheese. The goat's cheese is nice and soft, so you can spread it. A little bit of lettuce on there. A really good combination, because you've got the sweetness of the pear, softness of the cheese, really good balance in terms of the flavours. There's so much of it. It's a really big portion. So let me eat this and then we'll get on to the main course. Wow, my main course has now arrived. But just before we get into that, the cameraman has ordered the cheese souffle. I thought it was worth having a quick nibble on that because it looks amazing. So let me just have a quick slice of the souffle before we get going. It's really soft. Wow, that is really tasty. Cheesy, but very, very light. Melts in the mouth, just falls away. As soon as you put it into your mouth, just falls away. I could eat all of that, but I won't because it's not mine. It's for the cameraman, so I'll give the cameraman that back. Okay, if I now go and have a go at, this is signature dish of this restaurant, which is cashew and pecan beef Wellington. And if you look at this, it looks like a roast dinner. It looks like meat. The sauce on here is a red wine jus, but it looks like gravy. And I've got 2 huge pieces of the Wellington here, huge, with some mashed potato and some roasted vegetables. So we'll have a look at this piece because it's not covered in jus. It's cased in pastry, so we've got a combination of cashew and peanut. And it's really packed full of cashew and pecans, not peanuts. Get some of the sauce on that. Sorry, it's taken me quite a long time to chew it because it is so dense. It's absolutely packed full of nuts. Really, really solid. The pastry is really nicely done, flaky, but not too thick, because I'm not a massive fan of pastry. If it was really thick, it'd be too much. But I'm not sure I'm going to be able to eat all of this because it's absolutely enormous. We have a little bit of the mashed potato. See what that's like. That's really tasty as well. It actually tastes the potato. Quite dry, which I like, not too wet. And have some of these carrots. Just have a look at those. Well, this is an incredible meal. It feels like a roast dinner. Doesn't. If you didn't know it was vegetarian, you wouldn't actually, you wouldn't think that this is not have any meat on it. It's really, really substantial. Not sure I'm going to be able to eat all of this, but I'll have a go. I'll see you after this course. Just as an extra bonus feature, I've actually stolen the main course from the cameraman. And these are pecan and mushroom nut balls that are served on spaghetti with a tomato sauce. So let's just have a taste of this. It looks like spaghetti bolognese with meatballs. So I think visually it's incredible. So I think from that side of things, you're already ahead of the game. Wow, it tastes amazing. If you haven't ever had a full vegetarian meal, then I would definitely recommend this sort of option, because this would dispel all of the problems that you have mentally with vegetarianism, where you're thinking, I won't be full. There's no way you'd be able to eat all of this dish. And the previous dish that I had, the nut Wellington, it's impossible to finish that. And one thing I just wanted to mention, the tap water, because as you know, I like to ask for the tap water. It's compulsory in the UK to give free tap water anywhere that has a licence. So this is how it's served here. Very, very nice glass. And they've given me a really fun thing with some ice with a tiny pair of tongs. So you can just chop those in. That's fun as well. So I think full marks for the free water. Anyway, let me get back to the food. I'll see you again in a moment. So here is the dessert, and I've ordered the signature dessert of the restaurant, and it's a limoncello tiramisu. So rather than having coffee-soaked ladyfingers at the bottom, they're limoncello soaked. So you can see that it's nice and yellow. Limoncello, if you're not aware of it, is an Italian liqueur, obviously made from lemons, usually quite strong if you're drinking it. Now I've got a lot of it. It's absolutely huge. I think that's one of the things about this restaurant, is the portion sizes are ginormous. So I'm actually feeling really full already, but I thought I'd better plough on and have a go at their signature dessert to see what all the fuss is about. So I'm going to have to dive deep all the way through the cream down to the bottom to get some of the limoncello tiramisu. Oh, there's actually a lot of liquid at the bottom. I think that's probably limoncello. Let me get one of the blueberries. Wow, it's really tasty. It's really rich. It is real limoncello at the bottom, so you can taste the sort of slight alcohol kick from that. Let me just get a bit more. So you can see it dripping off the spoon here. There's so much liquid at the bottom, so there's definitely some limoncello in it. So it tastes very much like an actual tiramisu if you remove the coffee
and insert alcoholic lemon instead. So really tasty, really nice. So much of it though, and I am so full, but I'm going to try and finish as much as I can. I'll see you in a moment for the wrap up and the score. So here I am at the end of the meal. Just got the bill, so let's talk about the bill first. So I ordered 2 starters, which were the grilled pears and the souffle. Also had a portion of garlic bread, which was similar price to the starters. And then 2 main courses, which were the pecan and cashew nut Wellington and the nut balls in tomato sauce. And then for pudding, I had the signature tiramisu with limoncello. So that came to a grand total of £81.50, which I have to say, for the quality of the food and the volume of the food, I think is pretty good. I mean, this is quite a high-end restaurant. It's been here for over 45 years. It's one of the premier vegetarian restaurants in this area, but also in the UK, and I would say in the world. Now, interestingly, I was a vegetarian back in the 1990s, and one of the reasons why I actually gave up being vegetarian was that it was so difficult to find something good to eat when I went out, because back in those days, you were offered vegetable lasagna, and that was pretty much about it. Whereas these days, the options are almost limitless, and certainly the menu here is huge. So I could have picked from tons of different pastas and pizza and the lots of really interesting things on the menu. So what's my assessment of the food? Well, the grilled pear and goat cheese, really delicious, really well presented, tasted lovely. My complaint with it really is there was too much of it. Now, normally people don't complain about too much food, but I actually think there is a law of diminishing returns when you've got 4 different portions of pear and goat cheese. By the second one, you've sort of had enough, you've got the taste, you've eaten enough, because the goat cheese was really quite filling. To eat all 4 of those, I think by the 4th one, you're starting to think, I've had enough of this, I'm a bit sick of it. So I think there's probably a bit too much in that. In terms of the souffle, that was delicious, and that was, you could have eaten all of that all day long. So that was very, very good. The main courses, my pecan and nut Wellington, superb, really well presented, really very thin pastry, very tasty, had a lovely sauce on the top. The vegetables had been cooked really well, fantastic. There was some parsnip and some carrots, so it was a great dish. But again, I think there was too much of it. I had 2 huge slices of the Wellington, and I couldn't eat all of it. Even if I wanted to, I don't think I would have, because it was too much of a very, very rich taste. The other main, the nut balls and tomato sauce, that was really good. It was basically like pasta with meatballs on top. Very nice. You could eat all of that. And then the signature tiramisu, very, very tasty. It was a little bit over the top. There was a bit too much of it for me. Tasted nice. It was slightly too much limoncello flavour. I think I prefer a real tiramisu, but I did ask for it, so I can't really complain about that. So overall, I would say here, the first thing is that the choice here is amazing, and this is, for a vegetarian restaurant, I've never seen this much choice, and I literally could have picked out 10 or 15 dishes to eat and would have been happy with all of them. So I think from that point of view, fantastic. So from a choice point of view, 10 out of 10. In terms of the food itself, it was excellent, really good, quite rich. We're in the north of England here, and the further north you go, the portion sizes tend to get bigger. So we did have huge portion sizes. So I didn't eat all of the dishes. It was impossible. It was just too much food. But portion size, 10 out of 10. I think from the food point of view, well, let me talk about the ambience first. This restaurant is quite nice. It's high end. You may have seen the tour earlier in the video, and I'll show that again at the end of the video. But it's very classy, very nicely presented. There was a good atmosphere in here. There's low-level music on, but you couldn't really hear it because all you could hear was the chatter of people, which is a really nice atmosphere. So it's a great place to come to. If you're in this area, I would definitely recommend it. So from an atmosphere point of view, it's right up there. In fact, it was very difficult to get a booking here, so you'd have to book ahead if you are interested. So from that point of view, great. In terms of my overall score, I think if they had given me smaller portion sizes, now I know I don't have to eat all of the food, but I have to judge it on what I'm given. I was given a lot of food. Now, if I'd eaten all of it, I would be feeling a bit sick now, I think. So I think if I had smaller portion sizes, I might have been leaning towards a 9 out of 10. But overall, I think I'm going to give it an 8.5, which is a fantastic score. And for a vegetarian restaurant, I mean, I'm going home more full than I have done from most of the meals that I've had recently. So this is an incredible place. It's a very good score. I think if you're a vegetarian, come here. If you're not a vegetarian, also come here. Really great place to eat. Good value, high quality food. The service was impeccable. It was 10 out of 10 for the service. So overall, this is a big thumbs up for this restaurant. If you're in the Lake District area, definitely come to the Zeffirellis, and if you want to, you can get a great deal by going to the cinema. You can do an early pre-dinner where you get a special deal for £31, so definitely look into that if you're coming to this region. It's a bit too late for me. I'm actually the last person in the restaurant tonight, but big thumbs up for me. Fantastic. If you've liked today's video, then please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you again on the next.